The Jamestown College men's soccer team played in their first ever national tournament neutral site earlier this evening. They faced tournament host Auburn Montgomery. In order to earn their trip to Alabama, the Jimmies had to win twice in California and then in Montana. We'll have more on that game later in sports. Good evening. I'm Courtney Oliver.
And I'm Matthew Nies. Welcome to the James River Valley Report. While most Jamestown residents stuffed their stomachs with turkey over the long weekend, some were stuffing shopping bags instead. Shoppers descended on Jamestown stores Thursday and continued to shop through the night into Black Friday. Most retailers saw it as a good start to the 2012 holiday shopping season. Johnny Dalkey, Kmart store manager in Jamestown, said that Thursday was very busy while the traditional Black Friday was quieter. Law enforcement officials were also seen in stores, but they weren't shopping. Lieutenant Bruce Judd from the Jamestown Police Department said that it's standard for officers to do foot patrols through any public place where large numbers of people are gathered. Medina, North Dakota was chosen as one of 6 communities to host the Key Ingredients America by Food Smithsonian Institutional Traveling Exhibit, which features museums on Main Street.
The concept came from the Smithsonian in Washington based on the fact that rural communities probably haven't had the opportunity to see a display of Smithsonian caliber, so they created the Museums on Main Street program. This is probably only one of about 9 or so exhibits that they actually pass around the country. You have to qualify by being a community of less than X number of populations. Many of us would never have an opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. and visit a Smithsonian Institute museum display. It gives an opportunity for rural communities like Medina to get together and enjoy something that they may never have a chance to see.
Balcom says food connects people culturally and through good health. She says that people have lost the connection between farming and food.
That's why this is really important to a community like Medina, because we are an agriculture community. North Dakota has the 2nd largest number of organic farming acres in the whole nation next to California. And so there's kids in school, even here, that don't know that a potato grows under the ground and you have to wash the dirt off of it first before you can make a French fry out of it. So part of this collaboration with the North Dakota Humanities Council and the Smithsonian Institute is the fact that we have an opportunity to showcase our agricultural roots.
Students from Medina Elementary School also got to show visitors their lefse making skills. The traveling exhibition began October 20th and will end December 2nd.
4 airmen with the North Dakota Air National Guard are returning home after 4 months of duty in Southwest Asia. They are scheduled to arrive in Fargo late tomorrow night. Their duties included overseeing a fitness center, assisting with lodging for soldiers, ensuring the quality of food service, and helping with food deliveries. Only 2 North Dakota Air National Guard soldiers remain overseas, and for a brief time after the new year, there will be no one from that branch overseas. The break in service will be the first since September 11th.
The funeral of a 64-year-old woman shot to death with 3 of her grandchildren in their Newtown home was held today in their community. Martha Johnson and 13-year-old Benjamin Schuster, 10-year-old Julia Schuster, and 6-year-old Luke Schuster were found fatally shot on November 18th. Services for the children are being held Thursday in Warsaw. Bank deposits are soaring in North Dakota's booming western oil patch. According to published reports, 9 counties in the Bakken Formation have risen $1.4 billion in assets from 2007 to $3.7 billion in assets in this year. Now, that is an increase of over 100% over those 4 years, and that compares with a 38% rise in Cass County, compared to Cass County, which is the state's most populous area. Now, banks in the Bakken have added staffs and ATMs and new branches to keep up with the growth.
A Roman Catholic chaplain has been suspended pending a church investigation into what the Archdiocese of the Military calls allegations of boundary violations with minors. The allegations against Reverend Luke Odor date to the early 1990s when he served in the Archdiocese of St. Paul and Minneapolis and the Diocese of Fargo. They do not involve sexual abuse. Jessica Gulseth is off today. After the break, we'll bring you the wet week in weather.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
The petition filed in Dunn County seeking a grand jury investigation into whether oil industry campaign contributions to Governor Jack Dalrymple amount to bribery has been thrown out by a judge of the South Central District Court. Judge William Haroff ruled that there weren't enough qualified Dunn County signatures for the petition. Mary Shapiro, who is the chairwoman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, announced her retirement from the commission today. Originally nominated to be SEC chairwoman in 2008 by President Barack Obama, Shapiro has faced a number of difficulties over the last 4 years due to the economic crisis. President Obama appointed Elise Walter as the new chairwoman of the SEC after Shapiro's announcement. Superstorm Sandy charged New York with a $42 billion bill, which has congressional leaders preparing big requests for federal disaster aid. The cost includes $32 billion for repairs and restoration, but also includes an additional accounting of $9 billion for mitigation of damage and for preventative measures if another disastrous storm descends upon the shores. Well, Courtney, it looks pretty nice outside today. What does the forecast look like for the rest of the week?
Well, Matt, this evening temperatures will dip below 15 degrees. There will be a steady breeze tonight through tomorrow of about 10 miles per hour. The mercury will climb a little higher tomorrow than it did today, but tomorrow's high will still be a little less than 30 degrees. Wednesday, temperatures will increase a little, but so will the wind, so bundle up. Thursday will be partly sunny with highs around 25 degrees, and Friday's high will be in the mid-30s. This weekend might start off a little wet, as there's a 20% chance of precipitation on Saturday. But that precipitation should be in the form of rain, as temperatures will be in the upper 30s. If we do get rain, be careful though, Saturday night, as it will turn to ice in the sub-30 degree temperatures. Everything will thaw out a little bit on Sunday though, as highs will be in the 40s. And that's a look at your weather coming up this week in Jamestown.
Well, sounds like the weekend might be a little nice. You got any big plans?
Well, not really. Staying inside if it rains though.
Yeah, definitely, and be safe on those roads if you do go out. Thank you, Courtney. Now, when we come back, Josh Knutson has more on the Jimmy's soccer march to a possible national title. And Courtney Oliver has some information on a really slow mail delivery after this.
G-Morning, sunshine. Text me back.
LUV, love you. JK.
Holla back. Holla back.
Are you with your friends? That's lame.
We're in a huge fight right now. XO.
What'd you dream about?
Something I did? Are you on your way to the
I'm
mall?
lonely.
Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Now here with sports is Josh Knutson. Josh, first time soccer is going to nationals. Pretty exciting stuff, huh?
It is a very exciting time, and we're excited to see how they do tonight. And the men's soccer team is in action tonight against number 2 seed Auburn University Montgomery in the second round of the NAIA National Tournament in Montgomery, Alabama. The Jimmies' dream of an NAIA National Championship remained intact after they defeated Rocky Mountain College 1-0 after the first round match in November 17th in Billings, Montana. It was the third time the Jimmies had faced off against Rocky Mountain, both previous matches resulting in losses for the Jimmies. Jimmy goalie Thomas Cook recorded his second consecutive shutout and 7th overall for the season. If the Jimmies advance tonight, they will face the winner of the match between Mid-America Nazarene and Olivet Nazarene on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. The Jimmy women's volleyball team may have ended their season with a loss, but they also ended the year with a JC record 27 wins. They played Carroll College in Helena, Montana on November 19th for a chance to make it into the NAIA National Tournament second round in Sioux City, Iowa. However, the Jimmies' dreams of making it to the second round were quickly extinguished by the Saints, who won the match in 3 straight sets, 25-18, 25-19, 25-17. The Jimmies will look to build off of a very successful year this season and move forward. Hannah Steele led the way for the Jimmy women's basketball team on November 20th in an easy win over the University of Minnesota Morris, 73-34. Steele had 16 points and 6 assists in a game where the Jimmies' defense and offense both shone brightly. The Jimmies allowed Morris to score only 10 points in the second half, while the Jimmies scored 39. Kayla Remick was the other Jimmy player in double figures with 11 points. The Jimmy women's basketball team was back in action twice over Thanksgiving break. On November 23rd, they faced Dickinson State University and won a close game by 12 points, 62-50. The Jimmies had 3 players in double figures, with Bridget Schooneman leading the way with 15. DSU was able to hang around and keep pace with the Jimmies until the final minutes when the Jimmies finally pulled away. On November 25th, the Jimmies played a very similar game against Rocky Mountain College, winning 80-65. Rocky Mountain, much like DSU, hung around and was only down 4 at halftime. Maggie Setter led the team with 14 points off the bench in another grinded-out game. The Jimmy men's basketball team lost 2 nail-biters to 23rd ranked Montana State University Northern over the weekend in Harve, Montana. The Jimmies lost by 2 points in each of their 2 games and to the Northern Lights. The Jimmies shot poorly from the 3-point line Friday, converting only 3 of 14 attempts. Devin Thomas led the way for the Jimmies with 21 points and 12 rebounds in the 54-56 loss. The Jimmies looked to rebound from the loss Saturday against Northern Lights, but they could not hold on to a 5-point lead with 3 minutes left in the game. Mark Hogue led all Jimmies with 23 points, followed by Devin Thomas with 13. And deer season may have come and gone in North Dakota, and for many hunters, it's the end of a fun and productive year. But for those of you who aren't quite ready to lock up the guns, there are still a few options. Several of the state's national wildlife refuges open to late season upland game hunting after the close of the deer firearms season. Places like Arrowwood, Audubon, Long Lake, and Tawakan all open today. Tawakan is open for pheasant hunting only, and portions of all refuges may be closed to hunters. Seasons for pheasant, sharp-tailed grouse, Hungarian partridge, and ruffed grouse close statewide on January 6th.
Well, thanks for the update, Josh. Are you heading out hunting this weekend?
I did actually go last weekend and got my deer on Saturday, but I'm not much of a bird hunter.
Yeah, me neither. And before we go, a postcard mailed nearly 70 years ago has finally arrived at the former New York home of the couple who sent it. The postcard was sent July 4th, 1943, from an Army post during World War II. It was sent to 2 sisters from their parents who were visiting their son at the barracks. And that's the James River Valley Report for this Monday, November 26th. For Matthew Nies and Josh Knutson, I'm Courtney Oliver. Thanks for joining us. Good night.